So people ask me all the time, how do I distinguish between my mind and my intuition? How do I know which voice is talking to me? And how do I know which one to follow? Is it my mind or is it my intuition speaking to me? And simply, the intuition is common sense. The intuition is a deep knowing, a deep truth, where the mind is driven by biological drives, it's driven by social conditioning, ego, what everyone else is doing, what I should be doing because what they're telling me to do, trying to fit in, acceptance of the tribe. And the intuition is a deep inner knowing. Doesn't matter what other people say, think, or do, doesn't matter what society says you should be doing. Your intuition is something special. It sits on its own. It has an individuality. It doesn't have a group think mentality. And the mind likes to come in with a story. So if you're trying to distinguish between if it's intuition or if it's your mind, the mind is always more detailed. The mind always has a longer story, where the intuition is quite simple. It's just one or two words, yes or no, or I should do this, I should be doing that. It's quite simple, it's quiet, and it has a peacefulness to it. The intuition, for some people, might not seem like common sense at the start. It might not even seem logical. Because when you first start to connect to your intuition, it starts to seem a bit different because you're going against your biological drives, the social conditioning of your mind. You're going against your ego. So it might seem like it's not logical, some of the decisions or what your inner calling is asking you to do. And intuition is not separate from who you are. People think it's separate. It's who you truly are, beyond your mind, beyond your egoic nature, beyond the social conditioning. Your intuition is actually who you are. It's your true nature. So over time, when you start to listen to this intuition, you start to embody intuition. It just starts to become who you are. And life becomes more simple. Because then you just start to see, that makes sense. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be eating that junk food, for example. I shouldn't be drinking that alcohol. Even though my mind and my biological drives and the social conditioning is saying that I should, to fit in, etc. My intuition is saying, no, I shouldn't. I shouldn't drink that alcohol. I shouldn't eat that junk food. It's going to affect me. And that's a great example of intuition. It's just common sense. So start listening to your intuition. Start listening to that common sense. It will guide you towards greatness. It will guide you back home to your true nature.